Global Tourism Ethics of UNWTO applied to anchor destination of the Philippines.
Global Tourism Ethics of UNWTO applied to anchor destinations of the Philippines.
Global Tourism Ethics of UNWTO applied to anchor destination of the Philippines.
Hello everyone, I am student number 22. As for today, we're going to share about the rules and regulations in Davao City tourism. We all know that Davao City is the most populous city in Mindanao and the third largest city in the Philippines, known for the bustling economic activities, urban build-up, and modern amenities. Probably the most famous symbol of Davao City is Durian, the king of fruits, has become a favorite of locals and the tourists.
The City Tourism Operation Office is mulling on amending the Davao City Tourism Code for stricter provisions on tour and travel operation. CTOO Head Jean Rose Texon said she will push for the amendments to the Tourism Code after she will convene the Tourism Board anytime this month. This developed after the city government continues to apprehend and receive reports on tour operators who do not have permits from the city government. The last apprehension was on Friday night when it apprehended JT Tours and Adventures. Texon said her office has been receiving at least 5 reports on unlicensed tour operators on a daily basis. Some names keep on surfacing, she added. Despite warnings to comply with regulation, secure government permits, however, some of them continue to defy the call, Texon said. We decided to conduct an operation to see what the JT Tours and Adventure were doing. It turned out that the reports are true. Aside from having no permits, their van is also colorum, she said. According to Texon, the case of the JT will also be discussed at the board meeting. For the part of the Business Bureau, there was a cease and desist order and to take down their posts on social media, she said. Texon, however, clarified that the unlicensed tour operators can still legalize their business once they comply with the requirements such as securing mayors and business permits. They can go to our office and we will be glad to assist them. We will even promote them once they legalize their business, she said.
Ordinance number 8688, inhibiting the use of karaoke and other sound producing device from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. only. Maaari lang gumamit ng videoke at iba pang gadget or device na nagtutulog maingay sa oras ng 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Saturday, sa loob ng Manila, para iwas istorbo at gulo sa ibang tao na nagpapahinga o namamasya.
1. This ordinance shall be known as an ordinance amending number 568, series of 1992, otherwise known as the Anti-Pornography Ordinance of City of Davao. Violations of any of the provisions of this ordinance shall be punished by imposing the penalty of 1 year imprisonment for a fine of not exceeding 2,000 pesos.
One of the laws and ordinances in Davao City is the anti-jaywalking ordinance. People caught not using pedestrian lanes or overpasses to cross streets are fined under Davao City Ordinance 778, also known as the Comprehensive Transport and Traffic Code of Davao City. The ordinance was strictly implemented on December 1, 2016.
This is student number 23, and for this video, I will be discussing with you the speed limit ordinance in Davao City. Executive Order number 39, an order setting the speed limits for all kinds of motor vehicles within the territorial jurisdiction of Davao City, providing for its sanctions and for other purposes. This ordinance, under Executive Order Number 39 in 2013, limits the speed of vehicles running in Davao City from 30 km per hour to 60 km per hour due to the increase in traffic incidents on the highways and roads.
Davao City Council approved an ordinance requiring tourism enterprises and government offices to effectively assist the needs of persons with disabilities, especially the deaf and mute. Specifically, this ordinance requires tourism establishments to put up desks to assist the deaf and the mute as one of their frontline services. The ordinance is entitled An Ordinance Requiring Primary and Secondary Enterprises as well as government offices to provide frontline services to effectively assist the needs of persons with disabilities or PWDs. This ordinance mandates every primary tourism enterprises like hotels, resorts, sub-style accommodation establishment, pension house or inn, motorist hotels, travel agency, tour operator, tourist transportation operator, ticketing company, tour guide, and MICE facilities. Secondary tourism enterprises like restaurant, mall, shop, department store, sports and recreational facilities, ecotourism, health and wellness centers, museum, theme parks, and government offices to provide assistance desks for the PWD.
Executive Order Number 18, an order creating a project management team for the construction of waste-to-energy facilities in Davao City. Japan is the most vital contributor in this ordinance, whereas Japan International Cooperation Agency, through Nippon Steel and Samikin Engineering Cooperation, conducted a collaboration program with the private sector for disseminating Japanese technologies on solid waste management, including utilization of waste-to-energy facilities. From waste to energy that we can use on our daily activities. For example, waste can be trash. It can be converted into fuel, electricity, or even gas. The ordinance can be inserted to UNWTO Global Tourism Ethics, Article 3, Tourism, a factor of sustainable development.
Anti-smoke belching of Davao City. The Anti-Smoke Belching Ordinance of Davao City was passed in 2006 to protect the air quality of Davao City airshed declared under the Clean Air Act of 1999. Standards and procedures for emission testing was established. All private emission testing centers shall be monitored by the city and national government agencies. Implementation of this is established by the Anti-Smoke Belching Unit for the city to enforce the ordinance. Vehicle emission testing is being conducted for all vehicles annually by private emission testing centers. Random testing is conducted by the ASBU to vehicles suspected of smoke belching. And the results of annual average of 10,783 vehicles are being randomly monitored by the ASBU. And 18% decrease in carbon monoxide emissions from vehicles. 66% decrease in nitrogen oxide emissions.
Davao City. The city government has extended until the end of the year both the liquor ban and the curfew as Mayor Sara Duterte urged residents to enhance their compliance with the minimum health standard after the Delta variant of the new coronavirus disease has been detected here. In Executive Order Number 37 issued on August 2, Duterte said these measures would help regulate some activities that can contribute to local transmission of the coronavirus. Health officials have confirmed that the 3 Delta variant cases recently detected in the city spread through local transmission. Mayor Inday Sara Duterte has modified the liquor ban guidelines and lifted the curfew in Davao City. Effective 12:01 a.m. on Tuesday, October 26, 2021 to 11:59 p.m. on January 15, 2022. Mayor Duterte signed Executive Order or EO number 59, otherwise known as an order providing for the modified guidelines on liquor ban and the lifting of curfew within the state. Mayor Duterte, who recently survived COVID-19, said there is a need to ease and loosen restrictions following the decrease in the number of cases reported and the active vaccination rollout within the city. In Section 1, from 1 a.m. to 8 a.m., it is prohibited to sell alcoholic beverage. Prohibited are serving liquor for consumption in bars, restaurants, sari-sari stores, palengke or wet market, videoke, and other business establishments, and drinking liquor in all public places, including but not limited to streets, alleys, pathways, and outside of gates.